Oh my gosh, look at that power. That's nice. You hit that good and square too, son. Axes versus mauls, synthetic versus wood. Okie Woodsman's take on the subject. Everybody, we're going to talk about axes today. I split all my wood by hand. We burn wood to warm our home. And as you know, if you follow the channel, I cut plenty of wood, especially non-commercially, and oftentimes just leave it behind for the people that we're helping out. Okay, so this is just some of my axes. A lot of you don't know this about me because I've mostly talked about chainsaws, but many of my axes I purchased at flea markets, secondhand, with bad handles, loose handles, or whatever. I would then rehang them. I hang them on the original handle if I can, if it's a nice handle, or I will replace the handle. So let's go ahead and talk about some axes here. When I split, I oftentimes do use mauls because oftentimes I'm in this oak, okay? I have a double bitted axe there. This is a plum axe. These were both purchased at a flea market. Both of these, this plum right here, I don't know if it's the original handle, but I did rehang this on the handle that I purchased it with. I cut a walnut wedge and rehung, and I got a good, I feel really good about my hang there, okay? Now this axe, I don't generally use this and go beat on it because it's just a beautiful axe. Nice thin handle, great to use. Boiled linseed oil on all of my wood tools. And this axe is in phenomenal shape, and it's not bruised up down here, so I don't have a tendency to use it all the time while splitting or even banging wedges. I did have a video recently where I did bang wedges with this, but it was because I brought it on accident. I have a different axe not pictured here that I bang wedges with. This right here is a cold steel axe. It's very many people have reviewed these online. It's inexpensive, or it used to be especially an inexpensive Amazon axe. Pretty sure it's cold steel. If you notice, this doesn't look like they come. They're always black, and they have, like, if I remember right, bare steel here, and they're lighter in color. Anytime I buy a wooden handled retail tool, one of the first things I do is sand the lacquer off and then boil linseed oil it. And I also sanded all of the paint finish off as well. I just don't like that kind of stuff. Now this axe right here, we're not going to split with this today, but I did want to go ahead and show it. This is one of my favorite axes to take if we're going to be camping, or if we're going to just go out on a hike in the woods. For when there's limbs that are in your way, I like to just chop them off the tree, get them out of the way. It's just a good tool to have, lightweight, just a nice quality axe. I've never rehung this. The head has always stayed tight. Also, I do not abuse it though. Here's a double bit. I have another double bit that I did not bring out, and the reason why I did not bring it out is because it doesn't split worth darn. And it's because both profiles are very, very narrow, almost like felling axe. Now, I don't know if you know this, but it's my impression that on double bitted axes, the original intention was to have one side that was good to cut or chop a tree down, and the other side was a broader face, okay, more of an angle to be able to split with. This axe here, you can see it's uneven. This side is shorter than this side. This makes it a wonderful, wonderful splitting tool for what it is. I will split periodically with this tool. Again, this actually I did rehang with a handle purchased at a flea market. The head was originally purchased at a flea market. The handle was purchased at a flea market. And I hung it, and this one I applied that burned finish. Just took a torch and lightly burned it and boiled linseed oiled it. I just got into this at one point. Before I was cutting a lot with saws, everybody, and axes, because I have a woodworking background. Axes were something that I was fairly passionate about. I haven't hung an axe in quite a while. But anyway, we'll go ahead and take a look at this one today as well. Now, here is an axe that I don't use much. And I got to be honest with you, there's not a reason why I don't use it much other than I just have many tools. This is not a splitting axe. This is Fiskars, I think this is a 24-inch handle. I don't remember what model. I will try to put it down in the link. But it's a 24-inch finish made Fiskars. I do prefer using wooden handled tools in terms of how they feel. Okay, they are like when I crack wood with this, it's just a nice handle. It just absorbs the impact really well. These are good. They're extremely functional, but they are not, in my opinion, a nice tool to use. And I'm going completely off of feeling. Now, I will tell you this, if I had to go and survive, if I had to select one tool, like let's say, if I was in a scenario where I needed to grab one single axe that was gonna last me, that had to last me for some time, and I wasn't gonna have access to a store or purchasing any other axes or anything like that, this would be the one I would grab, because that would be all about business versus functionality, okay? Versus feel, I should say. Again, synthetic, it's not my favorite, but it's extremely durable. You're not gonna just chip or break these. There are people that do break them somehow. That'd be pretty tough, I think. This again is a tool that it's very good for felling. The metal is a little bit softer, I believe. That's just my opinion. I haven't tested it, but it seems like it is a little bit softer. But guys, these Fiskars has an incredible warranty on their tools. And again, this right here is a tool that if you're a novice, a great tool, or the splitting option as well. Because if you want to split a lot of wood, you're gonna miss, okay? Don't let the other YouTube channels that talk about overstriking and beating on your tools. The reality is if you are starting out, you will hit your tool handle. And it's a shame. That's why this plumb does not get much use for, I don't split with it, because I miss sometimes, and I overstrike sometimes, and I have a ton of rocks. And so I don't want to use that for this. Now, talking about wooden handles versus composite, let's talk about this here. So here's two, these are brute force tools right here. These are Mauls, okay, similar size. This was, I think I got this essentially, this is just a secondhand axe. I did not get it at a flea market, but I picked it up somewhere. This axe, or this maul right here, was a gift. It was actually my first splitting maul. It has driven lots of wedges, and as you can see, it has been hit numerous times by myself and by my boys, and anyone else that has used this. This is the perfect tool to go out there and bang wedges with and beat on. I mean, look at this. I don't know how this even happened, but this looks like a straight up chop by an axe. This tool right here, I wouldn't say it's in any risk. Collins might disagree, but I'm not worried about this head breaking off. I might be wrong, but one thing I do dislike is this. I hate rubber grips on tools, everybody. I absolutely hate it. You'll notice that if I buy a Fiskars tool, if I have the option, I will buy one without the molded rubber grip, because this is nonsense. I hate that. I really should just take some electrical tape and tape that down. But what happens is, as my hand's sliding, it's just constantly doing this. But I use this quite a bit. And guys, on mauls, guys, gals, men, women, and children, on mauls, the edge does not need to be extremely sharp. It is just simply to crack into that wood and bust it apart. Okay, this is not it's not a surgical tool. This is it's like cracking concrete with a sledgehammer. It's not meant to be. They're oftentimes more mild steel and everything. Here's the wooden handled alternative. This was used by someone without asking me, and this is the result. They were driving wedges with it. I would not recommend driving wedges with a wooden handled tool unless you are not going to miss, because that's just one single miss. And that's what this one's for. This one's for abuse. This one I wanted to keep. It was in pretty good shape. I had burned it. I had linseed oiled it, and unfortunately it has seen abuse. So now it just gets used however, because it's already already marred. Last but not least, this is a Fiskars splitting maul. It is ISO Core Pro. This thing is, I believe it says it's an 8-pound maul. It's heavy. It's very heavy. I do use this periodically. Again, we have synthetic materials. This can take abuse. I don't drive many wedges with it, to be honest with you, but I do use it to crack big wood sometimes. I'm not exactly convinced that an 8-pound wedge is better than these other ones, to be honest with you. I feel like I just get tired more quickly. But this was a good tool. I wanted to purchase this, so almost as a replacement for this Collins maul right there. Now this one has not peeled. Okay, I don't think I have as much time splitting with this, but I'm almost wondering if this one's going to hold up better than that other. One last tool. This is not an axe. This is not a maul, but I think it's an essential tool for anyone doing firewood. You don't want to be bending over constantly and struggling. This happens to be a woodchuck tool, made in USA, Picaroon, I believe they're called. This has a replaceable, I believe this is stainless steel. As it gets hit and missed, you know, getting into rocks and stuff, this tip will get messed up. I'll just simply take a file and put a nice little point on there again. This also has gotten bent over a little bit. Good lightweight tool. I feel like this is not going to fail. And what's nice about it is, guys, we're in Oklahoma. There could be snakes in here. There could be all kinds of stuff. I don't like sticking my hands up underneath logs. So what I'll do often is take something like this and I will start to pick through the log pile, move them around. I'm not bending. I'm not working hard, nothing like that. This is my process, everybody. Again, I do not want to stick my hands down in there. There could be critters. So this is what I use for this purpose right here. Works on small stuff too. I a lot of times will throw wood in the back of a truck, and I will use this to pull wood out of the truck without ever climbing in, because I can reach in and pull, reach in, pull, and I just stand outside, and it's far less effort on my part. Well, since I have this Fiskars axe here already, I'm just going to hit this a couple times. I don't know how successful it'll be. Short handle. Again, this is a good tool. This is not a splitting tool per se. I feel like it's good quality. I'm going to quit on that one, okay? I'm going to move over to this plum. I'm going to talk about it real quick. This is a longer handle. Again, I don't split with this often. Real nice lightweight handle, everybody. Great tool. I feel like I definitely had more speed. Now, to get a handle out, as I bury this, I'll talk about it here in a second. Oh, that actually popped. So, to get a handle out, don't torque on them, don't pull and yank. Something I learned from Buck and Billy Ray. Taps on the rear handle. Just do it repeatedly and it will help. I don't want to mar this, so we're going to move on. I did get a crack. I'm not going to say that that was because of that axe. I think it was just time for that log to crack. Here we go. We have the felling side. We have the splitting side. Definitely a crack in this wood. So I'm going to move on to another another spot. Guys, wooden handle, beautiful. I like it. Feels good. My hands also don't feel like they're going to slip off of it like they do with a another tool. All right, so here we are on this. Not making too much headway. I mean, yes, I'm getting it busted, but it hasn't really done a good crack yet. I like to work my way around a piece that That way, when it does crack, it's already got a lot of splits. And then it'll bust apart into nice firewood-sized chunks. I'm gonna move on to the wooden maul here. Look at that. That's such a wide edge, everybody. It just immediately busted that. Okay, I say there's a purpose for a maul, everyone. In some wood, that may not be the case, but this is not particularly knotty. This is an oak. I think it's like blackjack oak or something like that. It's the stinky kind. And guys, I'm not gonna split this all the way through. I don't like chasing pieces. I'd rather bust it up and let it hang out. Wally's World uses a tire. Somebody else has mentioned that. That is an awesome thing. Set a tire as a ring and then it kind of holds up the whole round. That's a pretty cool deal. I don't have any old tires and I kind of don't want to collect one right now. I got enough garbage around here. My hands are feeling a little bit slippery here. They are. Oklahoma humidity, it's not hot, but it is humid. Woo. Watch your feet, everybody. I normally don't have one on this high. All right, so what I'm gonna do here is, let's take a look. I think I can split some pieces off here. This tree was standing a few months ago. In fact, here we go. Here's another thing I like to do. A little bit of a fleck. Bust them off the side. And when I say fleck, I'm letting the axe rock to the side. It's a technique Buck and Billy Ray. That's where I became familiar with it at. I had never heard of it, seen it, or anything until that man.
It doesn't want any more abuse.
All right. Now, guys, it's going to be time to bust off of this thing. I'm going to use the synthetic one because I'm not going to hurt it. Accuracy is important. I was not accurate just now. There we go. I think there's a knot in here. Nice. Again, accuracy is important. There I am into the rocks. All right. Stringy mess, man. Stringy mess. I like it when they bust apart better. This is a little green. So, you know, gosh dang it. All right, let me just split it right here on the ground. When wood is drier, it splits easier too. That's or when it's cold, when it's frozen, I like splitting a little bit more. This one will do this. Now, I'll be tired after swinging this one. Again, I try not to have this fall off every time. I hate picking it up. Love it when the bark falls off. Let's make this one in half as well. Not swinging, mostly just letting it fall through. Oh boy, one piece of firewood. Y'all, this is how I do it. We burn probably maybe just about 2 cords a year here in Oklahoma. My house is fairly well insulated now. Nice. I have more seasoned wood, but this pile is bothering me here. So that's why I'm over here. Let's try something a little smaller in size here.
Has a big knot though.
It does. It's on that back side, but I think we'll be okay. Notice how I've kind of gravitated towards this one here. It's got that extra mass behind it. It's not my favorite tool to swing. It really is not. But, well, that's proven to be effective just now. One cool thing about an axe, if you're splitting with an axe, is you can pick up your wood with it. Kind of use it like whatever that is, pickaroon or whatever. Let's try the double bit on this guy. You're gonna use the splitting side again. See how this does. There's the felling side. You can pick it up. That's a kind of a nice thing. That's good. Now I was talking about wooden handle versus rubber. I will say that my hands were sticking on that rubber a little bit better than this wood, everybody. This is a little slick. I'm sweating like crazy. Now, I also am reserving myself. I don't want to go all the way through because I knew I'd hit my handle. Woo! That's hard. That's cracked. Good. Good. All right. While this is hanging on, I don't want that to break all the way off. I want to get at least 3 pieces out of this if I can. Good. I think we'll go 4. Dang it. Excellent. I like my firewood around here. Good size, sometimes smaller. I don't make everything the same size because I like having the different sizes. This is a great sized firewood piece here. This one's a little, yeah, that one's fine too. This one, listen, it'll all burn once it's seasoned. This stuff we will not burn this year. It's green. Yep, it is green. Again, I felled this tree and bucked it up just within the last few months. This is the one this has the knots. Wow. Mounts. I'm gonna use the bigger one, guys. I need to swing and I need to swing hard. If I was using the double bit, I'd be able to go pick this up with this, with the actual axe. Nice, good crack. One thing you'll notice about me is something I don't recommend, but I do it quite often, is leaving stuff laying around. I don't need to be splitting on top of this. This should get leaned up. But what happens is I get super focused on the task and I just simply don't do some housekeeping. It's less stable ground to stand on. Always keep your area clean. Make these pieces smaller so they dry out quicker and burn a little better. That's why I wasn't splitting well. This is where a synthetic handle is beautiful, just in case he misses. All right. Oops, and I, of course, didn't have it in frame. Awesome. That's another technique, everyone. When the wood's small enough,
that's splitting.
That's nice. You get that good and square too, son.
Thanks.
Excellent job.
That was good. Look at that.
It's looking pretty good. Let's break it apart real quick. Oh, good. Awesome. Grab your next one, son. Good job, buddy. Good, Jill. Oh, wow. You've cracked it down the middle. How about you just try to set the head in there? Don't swing, but just get it in there so it's stuck. Okay, never mind. Go ahead. Okay, well, that was here. Yep, try that. Awesome.
There, it went
Good.
straight in half.
Keep smacking it.
Oh.
Look at that. Excellent job. My boys do this. We kind of split the duty here. Wood like that, guys, these rounds, I definitely like to split them. Yeah, there we go. That's a great one right there. Yep, you're going to have to hit that one with authority. Hit it in the middle.
I think I did.
Let's see. See, everybody, when you're starting out, yeah, it is. Yeah, that'll work. All right. Now, when you're starting out, everybody, we're going to hit rocks. There, that's an excellent hit, bud. Nice. Oh, be careful.
That was straight to the rocks.
That was straight. That's okay. That's okay. Again, we were just talking about a tool that you're not worried about damaging. It takes practice, everyone. It takes practice. I do it. If you've ever swung a maul, if you've ever had to start, you know that you miss. And those that say they don't, they're simply not telling the truth. There's this thing online where people forget that they had to start somewhere. They really do. Man, I have a video that's on TikTok. It's doing okay. TikTok, I don't get a lot of views, but on TikTok, I got some views on a video, and boy, I got reamed. Go ahead.
This has a straight crack in it.
Nice. That was an excellent move. That showed wisdom right there, because you didn't. I mean, you focused on accuracy rather than power. If you would have put a little bit more might into it, it would have been split in one shot. But make sure you can hit it in the same spot again. You got it, bud. Oh, you missed, but anyway. Anyway, boy, people just ream me on there, and it's as if they've never pinched a bar, right? I mean, if you've been cutting for any amount of time, you have pinched a bar, I believe. Is pinching a bar a common thing in chainsaws, everyone? I don't know. I've cut for, not my whole life. I've cut for a few years, and I've cut a lot for a few years. I've pinched quite a few bars, as you've all seen. Excellent crack, buddy. Excellent crack. Good job.
Oh, wow, this one has a huge crack in it, I think.
Yeah.
Never mind, that's just the bark.
Just the bark, huh? You might put that knot on the bottom side there, because that's going to make it harder. Yep, if you split it from that side, it might go easier.
Oh, that has a crack in it, too.
Good deal. Go ahead and... Now, listen, if you hit it along the crack instead of opposing the crack, it might be a good idea.
There's two cracks. It looks
Okay.
like a clock.
Oh, cool. Right on. Nice. Good job, bud. Pick up another piece. You're good. Yep, with that knot. So something that we just hit on there is that knot selection, right? Don't try not to hit directly on a knot. This one's got a knot in the middle, so I don't know if it's going to matter which way. Something Buck and Billy Ray always talks about is pay attention to the orientation of the knot. Okay, so this one had something growing. It kind of looks to me like there was something growing. Let me get this set up so we can actually stand it up. This one's not gonna. This is also, you might wonder why sometimes I'm cutting like I do, because I try to keep the bottoms flat. All right. Anyway, this looks like it had like a branch growing this way. The best way to split this would be like here, son. Okay. Yeah, and you're gonna want to hit more over on this side here, because if you hit here, it's just gonna flip. Yeah. So you're gonna want to try to hit here. If you try to go here, you're gonna be cutting through that knot, and you're not gonna have success. Okay. Go ahead and give it a shot. A little bit more to the side.
Straight in the middle.
That's okay. Hey, listen. You know what? You got a good crack in that already, son. Awesome. You could also put that little piece of wood underneath it, kind of like a shim. Go ahead and pick it up a little bit. Go ahead. There you go. Now you should be able to, if you hit it well, you will be good. You'll be golden. Yeah, good job. Awesome. Good job. Smart. Look at, you can tell this isn't this kid's first rodeo here. Look at that. Excellent job.
Look at that knot through there. That's a big hump.
But see, this is that thing Buck and Billy Ray talks about. If we would have tried to cut this way, it would not have been very successful. So yeah, this was the right way to do it. Guys, listen to anyone and everyone, even if you disagree with some of their techniques, if you disagree that you're cutting different wood and so you have to do it differently, there's still information to be gleaned from everyone. That man has so much knowledge in his head. He's one that, he just wants to use only wooden handles, and he really focuses on accuracy and not overstriking and flecking. Guys, it takes years to get there. I hope to get there at one point in time. You'll never see him use a maul. You'll never see him use wedges. So, all right, let's do this again. Excellent job. Excellent job, buddy. Wow, it even stood up. You don't even have to pick it up. You might wonder why we're splitting these branches up, these small diameters, because it just works better. It burns better, everyone.
And it's more firewood.
It's not more firewood. It's the same amount of mass, right? There's the same amount of energy in a split wood versus non-split wood, but this will burn better.
And the bark doesn't burn as well.
Yeah, that's our experience. Is not as good on this oak stuff. All right, good deal. I offered to give it a shot, and he said he wanted to split one more, so we'll go ahead and take a turn. See, there's that knot. It's kind of in there. Well, you busted it off. Can you, by chance... let's see if we can split that in half one more time. It just give it more surface area to dry out more. Yeah,
it looks like a bowl.
It does look like a bowl, doesn't it? Yeah, give it a crack the other way if you can. There we go. Perpendicular to your first cut or split. Good job, buddy. Boy, you're accurate, son. I'm impressed. That's half the battle, right? Mm-hmm. Very good. Yeah, you can give it a whack. Excellent job. Well, you are a wood splitting boy. Becoming a man.
Cool, that one split easy because there's no knot.
No knot. This is that blackjack oak. Stinks. Smells terrible. Look at that grain on that. It's like super
black.
I tell you when you... Yep, this is that water oak. See this? They're both kind of like a red oak. Grain is definitely different on these.
That one's redder.
Yeah, it's red, but this is also red too. But this is really characteristic of this blackjack oak. Yeah. It just stinks.
It's always hollow.
Oftentimes it is hollow. And when you put this stuff in the fire, it's almost as if it has almost like pitch pockets, like an evergreen does. It sparks. It looks like there's gunpowder on it. Just like flares up. It's like this stuff doesn't do it right there. Crack, crack, excelente. I would like 3 pieces off this side.
That's 1, and that's 2 and 3. Luckily, that piece of wood was down there. It blocked the axe hit in the dirt.
Maul. Yeah. All right, let's take a look here. Yeah, so
looks like
nice straight grain wood, beautiful stuff. I'm actually gonna go ahead and give this one a half. Total pieces, right?
Yep.
Look at that, beautiful wood, guys. You don't have to swing hard when it's straight grained. It's a lot like splitting. Well, just straight grain wood is a pleasure. Could if it was all like that, right? When you live out in a region like we do, not in the Pacific Northwest, your trees don't have as much straight grain because my pines do, because they're tall. But these oaks, they'll a lot of times start having branches come out of them at 6, 7, 8 feet off the ground. Well, those are knots. Let's give it a crack here. And you notice I'm not swinging super hard. Pop this one in half. Let's do it.
Cool.
So this little boy has had 0 instruction for the day. Let's see how he does. You got some glasses, buddy?
No.
Need you to have some glasses on, okay?
Can I see yours?
You sure can. They're gonna be wet. Wow. They're gonna be sweaty.
Yep.
Hey, listen. Show us everything you know, bud, because you do a good job.
Bounce.
Go. Awesome. Excellent job, bud.
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh, look at that power. You like doing this, buddy?
Yep, it's fun.
It is fun, huh? It's a way to get some energy out, huh? After this kind of hot summer. Guys, we're in fall now officially.
Yep.
Yeah, I bet this will crack. First try.
Good job, buddy.